Hi, my name is Charlie Turnbull. This is the Scottish Retail Food and Drink Awards on Delishops, and we have an absolutely amazing product here from Jacob up in the Shetlands. And I'm going to guess, apologies if I get this wrong. This is Sasamit. Okay, Sasamit. You tell us what it is. Tell us what it is. I've tasted it. I know it's good, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
So basically, the essence of sassamit is traditionally was a way of preserving meat hundreds of years ago when there was a lack of refrigeration, heavily satted, made into kind of burger, a patty, and minced meat of different bits of the animal, so the trim, the ends, and just made into a patty like this, and which you can just fry up. And you can have in a lot of different ways.
It's so I've tasted this and I got a pack that I'm assuming is identical to yours. At first glance, it looks like mince, doesn't it? And I suppose it's got a lot in common with mince, but even from the get-go, the texture's different. It's got a density to it. It's not got a loose sort of. It's not the kind of mince you'd expect to separate into little separate meaty bits. It holds. And the other thing about it, it's got quite a lot of fat, really good fat inside the structure as well.
Yeah. So the reason for that, the reason why it's so meaty when you compare it to other types of processed food throughout the UK is the amount of meat that you're getting through it is a lot more. So it's not just fat. There's a lot of the meat that's actually going into it. And what kind of makes it that bit more thicker is that you're using breadcrumb.
Okay, let's start at the beginning, Jacob. Shetlands, what are you 100 miles north of Sutherland? I mean, you're right up there.
Oh, we're fairly up there, 6 degrees north. It's a challenging place to live in terms of farming because we only have 100. If you're organic, which I am. Then you only have 100 growing days to produce a crop. Yes, we have through the summer we have sunlight, non-stop. But when you've only got 100 growing days with the temperature, then it's a struggle. But it's worth the challenge with the views and the people that we have here in Shetland.
And so you've got a farm, and your two main crops, if I can put it that way, are Shetland lamb and the Shetland Kai.
No, we only farm here at Uradale the native Shetland breeds, which are both rare breeds. The Shetland Kai going back 5,000 years to the end of the Second Ice Age, and the Shetland sheep being quite the same. They're indigenous to Shetland for all that time, and they've just evolved with the climate. So they're quite peary breed, but both much higher than commercial breeds in omega-3, 6, iron, zinc, so you're getting a lot of goodness out of it, and you can taste that in the beef and lamb. We've been organic since fully converted since 2003, so a long time. And how we operate as a business is from taking it, taking it as it's born and rearing it all the way through. So we're providing that field to fork experience.
So you're not buying stuff in and fattening them. And when you're making each bit of sassamit, you're only taking from one animal. So it's not even. I mean, when we look at whether it's cheese production or meat production down south, often these are productions that draw together animals from different herds. Not just animals from the same herd, but you're not just animals from different herds. You are actually just one animal to give a very tight flavor journey all the way from your ground, your weather, your islands, through the breed, which is unique to the breed, into the meat.
How the lifespan of the Shetland animal, because it's a slow maturing animal, is it's coming on usually I can finish it by 25 months, but because it's just me using them for myself, for selling it into shops and restaurants, then I have a fair few to go through. And so a lot of them are getting finished at 30 months, which quite an age, but because of that, the amount of marbling, the amount of maturity that's coming through the beef and throughout their lifespan, when they are born, they're getting all different aspects. They're getting to eat seaweed, sweet grass, sweet clover, but they're also getting kind of the herbs from the heathery hills, because they're such a ranging survivalist animal that they can really thrive off of very little. So they're ranging and foraging over vast landscapes on the farm, and so they're getting all these different types of herbs and grasses in the meat. So it really does help to come through.
And it comes through into the taste experience. So tell me, let's do a bit of the commercials. Do you sell? You must sell off Shetland to a degree.
Very little. In terms of the lamb, I sell a lot into London, into Lidgate. But in terms of the beef, it's only been in this past 4 years that I've kind of gone into that market, and I've sold a couple just to customers that have come on to me through Facebook and Instagram. But the majority of the beef that I sell, Sooth, which isn't very much, is getting sold into L'Escargot Bleu, which is a French styled restaurant in Edinburgh. In terms of that, that's the only one at the current moment, and the rest of it, it's all staying local, because we have our own abattoir up here, and I'm a qualified butcher. Then I managed to find a market in Shetland for it, and it's just been increasing. And where I wanted to go, I wanted to see about going more Sooth. The folk in Shetland have really looked for it more and more, so it's actually become harder. I really need to be able to up the numbers if I wanted to sell the same amount Sooth.
Well, no, I mean, I've only tasted your sesame. I can imagine that everything you've talked about carries through into the other cuts as well. You know, whether it's the steaks or the rib or the top side or whatever. I mean, I'm going to guess here, I don't know that you'll breed very well, but I'm imagining they're a bit shorter at the shoulder than your average cow against against the wind.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm 6'1", and they come to about my rib cage.
Okay.
So, like, yes, no, a fair bit period, but it's because they've evolved to the Shetland Isle. So, you know, they really needed to be, because they're a dual-purpose breed. You know, the folk in Shetland, days gone by, used them for milking beef, pulling the plough. They really were used as an all-round breed for survival, because Shetland was such a poor, hard place for so long. But yeah, no, they're quite a piri breed, slightly pirier than the Highland Coo, but they have they're not as hairy, but they've got a good thick hair on them.
I bet they do.
Mostly black, and they do have nice, beautiful horns on them as well.
No, it's very evocative what you're talking about. I can imagine these animals that, you know, for literally centuries, they've been the multi-purpose go-to tractor as much as anything else for the islanders. And this capacity, I mean, you're talking about the sasamet being something that allows them to preserve the meat to a degree, not in a cured way, but allows them to push the meat into other parts of the year. And I cannot stress how much. I mean, I've tasted this. This was amazing to me. I really, really enjoyed it, and it made me realize maybe not want a burger made out of anything else. That's what I thought. So
that's a tremendous compliment, Charlie. Thank you.
I really, really, really did. It's I don't know. I've said enough, but so. I'm going to ask that question. Is your product available on the mainland? I mean, you could win next week, and then you get a whole bunch of phone calls, and they're going to go, "Can I have some?"
Yeah, well, I mean, the best way to do it is just to come to Shetland, and then you'll get the whole experience. But no, I will be looking to either put something up on our website, or at least advertise it better on the social media pages, that if you wish to get a hold of some, that you can put an order through on the page, and I'll make it up and deliver it for you.
Okay. Well, basically, you're saying you'll find a way, like all.
I'll find a way. I'll find a way.
Like all good Scottish Islanders, there is no problem that doesn't have a solution somewhere.
Absolutely not. No, you just got to press it here.
So what would it, I mean, I don't know why you entered, what inspired you to enter the Scottish Retail Food and Drink Awards, but what would it mean to you to win?
Oh, it would mean a lot because it's just like it's a very undervalued product in Shetland. As much as every Shetlander loves it, it's like it's our equivalent to just, you know, it's using the trim, it's using the scrap, but it's it's become, you know, it's such a staple of a Shetlander's diet, whether it's breakfast, dinner time, or even tea. Then it would mean a lot, and it would help to promote the high value products that we have here in Shetland. So it's just getting that name of Shetland out there further. So it would mean a lot. But in terms of why I entered, it was just by sheer kind of just I just thought of trying something. It's, you know, with COVID, then there's been that much kind of less to do in a lot of ways. You don't have the kind of hobbies that you once did going on, that you look at these things a bit closer and you go, you know, I could do something, and I could go for it. So it's just
well, you did. And as you're a finalist, so you've made it through the gate, you've made it onto the podium. Let's see if we can get you the top prize. I really would encourage anyone to who's watching this to get in touch with Jacob. Who knows what it would be great to get you on some really good restaurant tables, or selling to some of those premium farm shops that really pride themselves on the quality of their butchery.
Well, thank you, Charlie.
Well, it's been great to talk to you. Thank you very much, Jacob.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Cheers.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.